Hi Mukesh, good to connect once again after
Yeah,
ages on YouTube Live together.
I Naveen Automation Labs. Happy New Year.
Thank you so much. I think it's first live video together in 2023.
Yes.
So I think let folks to join. Actually, I was
Yeah,
facing some issue with the stream yard, so I just setting up my camera and everything. So just
yeah.
like 2-3 minutes
Next
delay.
has been improved a lot. So expecting many lives from you in 2023 because you're not regular in live sessions, I guess, from last few months.
Yes, because of there are so many things were going on. RTP also we started,
Yes.
and I thought of I'll start, but yeah, I'll be regular for sure. So I hope guys you can hear us, and I can see some messages. Smruti and Mehboob, few people are joining. I think I can see the count now increasing. It's suddenly 20 to 61 now. So
Yeah, it's
let
fine.
other folks to join.
Yeah.
Hey Sarang, how are you? Happy New Year, buddy.
Happy New Year, Saran.
Great. Yeah, Uday, hi. Hi Tejashri, Govind, Sarang, Tamil, Rati, Sashi Kumar, Nischay. Hi Nischay. Smita. Mukesh, can you see the chat, right? You can see the chat in the comment section, right?
Hello, everyone. One question from Simriti. Hi, what time are you guys joining? We are live, Simriti. Feel free to ask any questions.
Yeah. Okay, just one thing. I think your voice is little low or maybe breaking in between. Is it for me or
Just
guys? Can you confirm Mukesh voice is clear?
am I clear, audible properly? If the voice is low, then maybe I have to speak a little louder. Let me
Now
clearly
I think
check
it's
my.
fine. Yeah, I think it's fine. So
Okay, okay.
thanks for
What about
joining,
now?
guys. Yeah, just speak something else, like one more time.
There were some mic changes. I was using some
Oh,
different headphone. Now it's
it's perfect. It's great now. It's loud and clear. Absolutely correct. Thanks, Roman. Thanks for confirming, buddy. Okay, so I thought of coming live in 2023, the first live with you. So obviously, you are having a great knowledge in testing and automation. You are doing a lot of other things also in automation. Personally, whenever we connected, that I thought let's use Mukesh experience, like what exactly Mukesh is doing in 2023.
very
What is the
nice.
plan? And and other things are going on. So we will talk about it related to testing and test automation for sure. And then we have guys couple of other announcements also. That good thing, first announcement, that me and Mukesh we are working on our test automation book. That is a physical hard copy book that we are going to release. We are working on it. We already started working on it, especially with Selenium test automation framework development and end to end. It's not a typical book, but we are putting a lot of efforts on it. And whatever the current things are going on in automation and how to learn Selenium, Java, and framework development, some really complex use cases and all such things. So we are actually writing it, and then we are so bad in the writing, but
Yeah,
we will definitely contact two other people. Dheeraj, thank you so much for joining. We will definitely connect to Dheeraj Gambhir also, so
yeah.
that
Did it for review.
for the review, and we will connect other folks also in the industry that you guys can review our book, and then once everything is fine, then maybe it will take a couple of months, and then we will publish it.
Yeah.
So we don't want to. The idea is not about the making the money out of it, but it will be a very minimal cost on it. So I think now we personally feel, we were discussing together. We personally feel that okay, let's publish a book so that you can keep that book in your shelf.
Industry.
So that's the target.
No, that's the kind of dream I have, that having my own book in this bookshelf. So let's see.
Yeah.
And we're working
So
hard on this. So let's see how it goes. But yeah, we'll keep you guys posted.
the only thing is, I'm not sure that okay, the technical book or tech books you will get at the airport. I think that's too much expectation, I guess. But yeah,
Naveen,
definitely we will
one
publish.
suggestion from Erin, that get help from ChatGPT. So Erin, I have one my thought on this. Maybe we'll talk about the ChatGPT also in this live.
Yeah, but yeah, Chat GPT, we actually tried couple of times, but I'm not very much satisfied the kind of result. Sometimes it's
Yes,
giving you the
many wrong
wrong thing.
results are coming. So those who are experienced people, they can easily understand this is wrong answer. But for newcomers, they will blindly trust, and it can create a trouble because 80% results I can see success, or positive result, but 20% is like I can see the false results are coming. So not that uh, great, but yeah, it's a good help, but only for those who have some idea already.
Yeah, because I checked Playwright and WebDriver IO and other things as well. It looks very fascinating in the beginning, but when you see the things right, sometimes and you can easily make this tool fool also. The moment
Yes,
you say no, how can you say WebDriver is an interface? It's a class, and it will accept the
yes, yes,
mistake.
yes.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Apologies,
it's a
yes.
WebDriver is a class, so then it will accept it. I have actually checked, tested it, but anyways, so that's fine. We can decide the caption of the book or book name. Maybe you guys can suggest something. We have not decided yet. Whatever the book name will be there. So we will be. Let's see. We'll talk about it
Yes,
later.
yes.
Another Mukesh, you want to talk about RTP?
Yeah, so guys, we have RTP 4.0 in Ahmedabad. So if you are around Gujarat or Rajasthan, if you want to join, then please join us. 11th Feb, we have finalized everything. Venues also finalized today. So me and Naveen will be there in Gujarat from 10th February to 13th February. So if you want to catch up and join the RTP, please let us know. We would love to meet you all.
Yeah, guys. So please come and join if you are in North, and then if you can travel to Ahmedabad. And so we have already crossed around 200 plus registration so far, and we are
Yeah.
expecting more. It's still like we have 2 weeks there. So the venue and everything is decided. So please come and join. It's a full day event, complete QA meetup, and a lot of other folks in the Ahmedabad also. We are inviting, and these people are coming. So it's a great thing for your networking, and definitely you can come and then ask your questions, doubts, and everything. Proper counseling session, we will have it for sure. Yes, after that we have plans for RTP in Hyderabad, Chennai, and other tier two cities as well. So we will definitely visit other cities.
Okay. And guys, one request, like if you guys want to sponsor us, if you can talk to your company and they can invite us, please let us know. We are looking for sponsors too. We already have a few plans, but if you already have a few events planned for your company, you can let us know. We can also host the event in your company or the area that you guys decide. So we're open for that. Let's discuss once you are comfortable. Maybe we can plan for your city and especially for your company too.
Yes, yes, yes. Sanjay, obviously Sanjay will be there. Without Sanjay RTP, we cannot even
Actually,
imagine.
Sanjay is in the live session too. I
Oh
saw his
yes,
comment.
hi Sanjay. Sanjay is always coming with selectors up, so I thought, okay, yeah, Sanjay will be there for sure. So without Sanjay, we can't think about it. So it will be there.
Yes.
Okay, so what is today's agenda? What I thought we can come live. We can take questions also from audience, and we can talk about interview preparation and everything in 2023. You must have seen my video also 2 days back that I whatever that I think I just published, and then I shared my ideas. Maybe we can take ideas from Mukesh as well. And then, guys, you
Yeah.
can ask your questions also because there are a lot of negativity in the market these days that XYZ company is firing, and then what is the current market situation? What will happen in 2023? Is recession started or not? Will it impact my job or not? Chat GPT is also coming. Will it vanish the automation jobs or QA jobs or all these things? We will try to definitely whatever the experience that I have, we have
Yeah.
actually. We will try to take those things. Okay.
Apart from that, we can also discuss, Naveen, like if somebody wants to, let's say somebody decided to go into automation. So again,
Hmm.
a lot of tools are coming in the market, right? Especially the Cypress, Playwright, WebDriver, Selenium. So somehow people are getting confused. Even they start, let's say Cypress, but they're not getting calls. So maybe they learn Playwright, but after spending 3 4 months, they're not getting calls. So what should be
Hmm.
the best tool in terms of market demand if they want to switch? We can take that question too.
Yes, yes, definitely. So we will try to take as much as possible. And
Yeah.
but the main agenda for today is me and Mukesh were from last 1 week. Actually, we were planning to have one a quiz session also, like quiz course also. So we thought of
Yeah.
creating around complete, objective based questions because subjective based is again will take a lot of time to attempt and
Yes.
everything to check all the things. But we thought, okay, let's check your knowledge, whatever you guys have learned about it, and then what's your knowledge in automation. So we started with some basic tools, like started with Selenium, basics of automation framework, Jenkins, Git repositories, locators like XPath and CSS and all such things. So on the basis of that, we have created around 120 questions, right, Mukesh?
Yes,
So
correct.
the course that we have already published, it's already
Initially, it
there.
was 200 plus, but then we have reduced because it will take a lot of time. So we reduced to 120.
Yes. So yeah. So you guys can also take it. The minimal price that we have put it over there, it's just 99 rupees, because the platform that we are using, it's a standard price. At minimal price we have to make it, because we cannot make it absolutely free of cost. That we cannot do it. So this is just a platform fee or some payment gateway fee that we have to pay. So that's why just only 99 rupees, very minimal price that we have kept it over there. And for the US folks, I think it's around just a $5 that
Yes,
we have to just pay. That's it. And then you guys can attempt. You have three chances. I think three attempts you can do,
yes,
and the percentage passing percentage is 80%, right?
80%.
80%. Once you cross 80% or more than 80%, then you will get a certificate also. I mean, we are not officially saying that now you are a automation expert or certified with us, but this is just to give you a motivation that okay, you cleared this thing, and then you got a certification. And then if you really want to share that certificate on social media, LinkedIn, Facebook, everywhere, you guys can feel free to do that. Okay, but don't forget to tag us. Mukesh, you want to add something about this?
Yeah. So, guys, this quiz is actually will give you in depth, like actually, like whatever things you know, is it really true or not? Because there's so many exceptions I have seen in the market that uh, they know few things, but they actually when say they start implementing, it's a wrong answer. So this quiz will give you enough idea that are you actually knowing the topics in depth or not, or you just know the type, click, and few basic commands. Because when you are attending interviews, sometimes you might not get the direct questions, right? They might ask you indirect questions. So we have consolidated from each and every topic, from Jenkins, Maven, from GitHub, Selenium, Java. Java I have not, I guess we have not added, but yeah,
We
we'll
have
come
not
up
added.
with Java quiz again. So this will give you enough clarity, and you will get to know कि आप कितने पानी में हो. So attend it, and if you are
And then
crossing
just try
80%
that.
one go, yeah,
Yeah, just try that. If you're not able to cross in one go 80%, then maybe in the second attempt, I'm pretty much sure that if your preparation is good, then definitely you can crack it. And then we have retry logic with third attempt also. So
yeah,
that also you can do that. And then we are planning in every maybe 15-20 days, we will plan the second quiz also on other tools like Cucumber, Playwright, or maybe language specific tool like Java, Python. That also we are planning to do that. Okay, so I hope you guys will crack it. Best of luck. And then maybe I can show a demo also quickly, and then we can
yeah,
take a quiz. I have another quiz also. That's a free quiz that we can start it here, and then we can
yes,
just play some quiz here. Okay, with folks. Let's see their knowledge and Mukesh knowledge and my knowledge as well.
yeah,
Okay, so let me just present my screen. Just clear that. Let me just a second. Mukesh, can you please confirm you're able to see my screen?
yes, yes, we can.
Okay. So, guys, what you have to do, just open your favorite browser and go to this site, academy.naveenautomationlabs.com. And then after that, you just need to go to courses. So, this is the quiz. I hope that you can see it here. This is a quiz. It's 99 and prepared by us. Just click on it. And just once you make add to cart, then once you make the payment, the quiz will automatically start. It will give you the complete guidelines and everything. Just read the guidelines, and then after that, make sure that okay, you are sitting with 1 hour, and then at least 1 hour you have to spend, and then just complete the quiz. And I'm sure that you will be able to crack it. Okay, so I'll share this link later on. Maybe I can share it right away. If you really want to use it, just bookmark this somewhere, and then you can also go to the Academy website and you can try it later. Then now I have created some free quiz also. Let's see. Let's go to the courses. We can create some free quiz. Only maximum three quizzes I can create it free. So let's see. This is a free quiz. This is just maybe a lot of people, more than see 15,000 people, they have already enrolled for it. That I released I think few months back. So we can take this one. I have added some other questions also. So total time I have given let's see 30 minutes for 12 questions only. So I think 30 minutes are enough. These are single selection, multi selection quiz that we can have it, and then we can start it. So are you guys ready for that?
Yeah, you can share this link also, Naveen, the quiz one free one. so
Okay.
they can
Then,
also attempt parallelly.
after this, I'll take it.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, live, I'll take it. Okay, I'll share it. Okay, so let me do one thing. Let me just okay. I think 1 second. I'll start the quiz in just few seconds. Okay, just try to attempt it. You can write your answer in the chat, and then we will. The moment you write your name here, we and Mukesh will just announce your name, or maybe we can highlight some names here as well. Okay, so just a second. Let me just enter with some.
Again, one question. ChatGPT will get more than 100%. See, again, ChatGPT is fine. Nobody will pay you a handsome amount for ChatGPT, right? So don't rely everything on ChatGPT. So start using your brains instead of just focusing on ChatGPT can be very productive if you use with some knowledge, but for knowledge you have to spend some time. ChatGPT is actually taking the data and it's training the bot, right? Then it's giving you the data. But this is my again analysis. ChatGPT will be launching their pricing soon. They already released the pricing for the APIs if you want to use their APIs. But instead of just focusing on ChatGPT, let's focus on the quiz.
Okay, so shall we start? I guys, can you please
Yes.
confirm you able to see my screen? Okay, great. So it's a very simple quiz. Only 12 questions are there, and then we'll see after that. So let's start it. So you will get the instructions, and let's start the quiz. So quickly, it's a very straightforward. What is a WebDriver? I think it's a very straightforward question. So I start with some very straightforward, simple, basic thing. So we all know that. Okay, the quiz is respect to guys WebDriver with Java actually. So
Yeah.
considering it's a Java library. Okay, so what will be the answer? Answer is C. So I think like everyone has given the right answer for that. So
No, no.
let's.
Few people have written A also.
A WebDriver is not a class. Who has written?
One answer I
Okay,
can say D. So maybe we can wait for 1 minute before selecting.
okay, okay, fine. So fine, okay. But WebDriver as an interface, the correct answer is C. So let's go to save it next. Which class is directly implementing WebDriver interface? Chrome driver, Firefox driver, remote WebDriver, or Edge driver? So you are getting 1 minute or less than 1 minute, Mukesh. I think let's
Yeah.
wait for 30 to 40 seconds.
Because there's a voice lag also when we speak, right? 15-second lag. So let's give
Okay,
them 1 minute.
okay. So you guys tell, and if someone wants to quickly write one line of explanation, also that will be great if you can write it. Which class is directly implementing WebDriver interface in Java library, in Selenium Java library?
Again, I can see mixed answer. A, D. No, not A, D. It's A and C mostly. But yeah.
Okay. So shall we select the right answer?
Yes.
Okay. So direct implementation done by remote WebDriver. So answer is C. That is remote WebDriver, not Chrome driver or Firefox or Edge driver. They are implementing via remote WebDriver. So the right answer is remote WebDriver. Okay, that's again is very simple. Let's go to the next one. What is a parent interface of WebDriver? Like this thing we have discussed many times.
And that generally we discuss in the first class, right? When we take our training.
Yes. So which interface is the parent interface of WebDriver? Chrome driver, remote WebDriver, search context, or Chromium driver? Okay, so most of the people are still giving the wrong answer. Not remote WebDriver. Some people are giving answer B, no. So the answer is search context. That is a C. Search context is the parent interface of WebDriver. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And it has only two methods: find element and find elements.
Events. Okay, great. So let's move to the next topic. I mean, next question. Which one is the right URL value in driver.get method? And this is multiple correct option. Okay, so there are two correct, two wrong. So you have to give me which one are the correct ones. The right URL value in the driver.get method. Don't use your Eclipse, otherwise you won't be able to answer here. This is again simple, but yes, little bit
Yes.
conceptual based question actually. So if you pass with the straightforward string like https google.com, without https, without www dot, or with this one google.com @. So D is obviously totally wrong. Now I'm giving you the hint between A, B, C. What will be the right answer? Okay, so let's go with that. So the answer is first of all driver.get. We have to pass the HTTPS. So A is the right answer, and the second is the C one because
See,
if you don't write www dot, that's okay, but the protocol, the HTTP or HTTPS is mandatory. So
correct.
answer is A and C. So who has given the right answer? Somin, Yoginder, Farooq,
Dheeraj also.
Ashutosh, Dheeraj also, but Sheikh is giving A and B. No, couple of people they gave the wrong answer.
Maybe we can
Anyways,
ask one more question. What exception it will throw if I don't provide any method? Sorry, protocol. The one who
yeah.
gives the right answer, then we can take the combination.
Okay, so if you supply this use driver.get without HTTPS, which exception will be thrown from Selenium? Okay, Mukesh, which exception will be thrown?
Okay, let's wait
Invalid
for the
URL
reply.
or so Ganesh is saying that illegal argument. Sebastian is saying Ganesh is saying invalid URL exception. It's invalid URL, but which exception
The
will be thrown from
exception
Selenium?
name is different.
Okay. So what is the right answer?
Illegal argument.
Okay, so the right answer is illegal argument exception from WebDriver will be thrown. Okay, let's proceed to the next question. Which interface is having until method in Selenium Java library? See this carefully. Until method that we used in the explicitly wait, WebDriver wait, Fluent wait, or JavaScript executor. So which interface? So first of all, that you have to check out of four which one is the interface, and then select the right answer.
Yes.
Wait, WebDriver wait, Fluent wait, and the JavaScript executor. Okay, so people are saying Fluent wait, WebDriver wait. Someone is saying JavaScript executor. No. Wait interface. I'm not sure. So okay, shall we select the right answer, Mukesh?
Yes. Anyways, we'll get to know at the end. So, anyways, we can select now. And guys, just a quick update. The last question, we exception is related to argument, but it's not illegal. It's invalid. Invalid argument exception.
Yes, it's invalid argument exception. That is what you said, right? Or you said illegal
There
argument?
was a lot of things for the illegal arguments, illegal, invalid. There was a confusion.
Okay, 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 okay. Okay, for this question, answer is the wait interface
Wait.
having until method in Selenium Java library. So wait is the interface, WebDriver wait, and the Fluent wait is the class. So obviously B and C the wrong answer. JavaScript
Yes.
executor is the interface, but it does not have any until method. So wait is having the until method, and it will be overridden by the Fluent wait, and then from there it will be given to the WebDriver wait. Okay, so right answer is A. Okay, let's go to the next question. Which one is the right syntax of WebDriver wait as per Selenium 4.x library?
Yes.
Don't use Selenium 3, Selenium 4.x library. Which one is the right answer? The first one, second, third, or fourth? The right syntax of WebDriver wait, that is that you implement in the form of explicitly wait also.
Yes.
In
And I can see
Selenium
a lot of
4.x.
people are. Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead, Naveen.
Yeah, please go ahead. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I can see a lot of people are replying from the previous question. Maybe there's a network delay also, or maybe they started late, so they are still referring to the older questions.
Yeah, so just guys, if let's see, this is a question number six, and the answer is
Yes.
D. So just write 6.D so that we will get to know.
Yes. Correct.
Okay, so what happened with Selenium 3 to 4? In Selenium 3, we were having, see, people are still giving the answer is C. That's a wrong answer. Ganesh, Ganesh, you're saying C because duration has to be mentioned. So answer should be B or C. Why C? Sahil, Uday, why B and C are correct? It's single correct option.
It's a
Only
single
one
question.
option.
See, when you say uh, two means when you use the time unit, it will give you deprecated warning, right? So if you see without deprecation, then answer is B,
So
right,
yes, the
Navesh?
answer is B. Yes. When you use time unit dot seconds, it will give you one cross line here. That is a strike
Yes.
line. And this is a deprecated warning. You should not use it. Or maybe later on it will be deprecated also and they will remove it very soon. So this is
Correct.
up to Selenium 3. And for all the weights that you are using, either it is a fluent weight or WebDriver weight or page load timeout or implicitly weight, now everywhere you have to use duration of seconds or milliseconds or hours or whatever. So the correct answer is B actually.
Okay.
Okay, good.
And I've seen a lot of people say that it's still working, Mukesh. Deprecated warning is still giving, but let's continue with that. But let me tell you guys, whenever you get any deprecated warning, so when you start scanning your code, okay, using third parties scanner tools, so SonarQube, Black Duck, and other different scanner tools, they will give you warning too because it's right now deprecated, but it will be removed soon, right? So it's not recommended to use deprecated methods or deprecated classes. So whenever you get such warning, it's high time to change it because sooner or later you have to again update.
Exactly. Because Sonar Cube will give you the warning, plus it will give you the code smell. It's
Yes.
the bad code actually, according to code
Yes.
coverage and the static analysis. So you should never use the deprecated code actually. Okay, so let's move to the next one. Do CSS selectors support backward traversing in HTML DOM? Yes, no, only in a specific browser or just like XPath. CSS selector support backward traversing just like we do the backward traversing with the help of XPath in HTML DOM. Can we do the same thing with CSS selector as well? Sanjay is not giving the answer. So what will be the answer for 7? Okay, so backward traversing is not allowed. So answer is no with
No.
CSS. You cannot do backward traversing in any browser or it's just strictly not allowed. You can always go from forward direction, top to bottom approach. We have to use it, but bottom to backward direction you cannot go there. Okay, so answer is no. Next one. What is the default polling interval time in WebDriver wait in Selenium? The default time, the polling time. The polling time means whenever server is sending the request to the browser, the next request will be sent after a few seconds or after a
Yes.
few milliseconds. So what is that polling time? It is 0 milliseconds, 500,000 or 10 milliseconds.
First wrong answer by Dheeraj. A.
Okay, so someone is saying B also, someone is saying 0 milliseconds. See the default polling time, if it is 0, then it means server is sending the request back to back on the
Continuously.
browser
Yes.
continuously. So then what is the use of polling time in that case?
And whatever clarification you need after this, you can attend the quiz and see the question again, and you can try Eclipse IntelliJ and just cross check because when you cross check, when you see the code and exception real time, you will remember forever. Because right or wrong expected condition, and you will see WebDriver will tell you the polling time, how frequently it is polling.
Correct, correct. Absolutely. So for this, Mukesh, answer is
C.
500 milliseconds. C.
Yes.
So the default timeout is polling timeout time is 500 milliseconds, but you can customize it also, because when you create the object of WebDriver wait or the fluent wait, there's some extra constructor is available with the third parameter, that is interval time parameter. But if you don't
Yes.
use that, by default it is always 500
Uh,
millisecond. Okay, so the answer is C for this. Let's go to the next one. Which method in Selenium used to perform right click? Now I think this is like simplest question. Everyone should know
yes.
about it. So question number 9, what will be the, just write 9 dot whatever the answer. Used to perform right click, or I would say, let's see, with the help of actions class. So which
Yeah.
method we use it here? Okay, so people are giving the answer: Prachi, Ramendra, Smita, Sheikh Prasad, Ayush, Tushar, Akash. Guys, just at least try to attempt it. Which method is there? Okay, Mukesh, you want to give the answer for
Yes.
this?
Context click. Yeah. I can see 99% people have answered correctly. So
Okay,
it's
yeah.
context click.
So I think almost everyone has given the right answer except Ganesh. Ganesh is
Ganesh
saying A.
and Karupa.
Okay, no worries, Ganesh. There is no method like right click. The method name is context click. So whenever you do a right click right on any specific button, some menu is coming. So that menu itself is called context menu. So on the basis of that, they have given the method like context click method, and you have to pass the web element for that. So answer is C actually, not right click.
Yes. And it has two overloaded method: context click with web element and context click without web element. So if you don't give web element, it will right click on the current mouse location. But if you
Exactly.
want to right click on a specific web element, Naveen, I want to highlight one more enhancement in actions class. So guys,
Hmm.
initially we used to use JavaScript executor for scrolling, but
Hmm.
now actions class already have a method for scrolling, scroll into view.
Correct.
So the method name is scroll to element. So instead of JavaScript executor for scrolling, it has three more methods in actions class directly. So in case if you want to update your framework, you want to add more custom libraries, check out the actions library in Selenium 4.
Yeah, because they have to implement it, because after W3C WebDrivers implementation, action class
Yes,
is completely based out of user actions, and
correct.
W3C is actually recommending that all the actions that you are using in Selenium library, it should be W3C certified, or with the
Correct.
W3C WebDriver actually protocol. So that's what like they have to implement the scrolling also. Earlier it was not
Yes.
there. We used to have
No,
JavaScript executor.
let's
Now
get
we have
executed.
action. Yeah,
So the three methods. One is based on XY, one is for the web element, and one more method. So you guys can check this and update the libraries accordingly.
great. Thank you, Mukesh. So let's move to the next one. Which exception will be thrown in case of element is not found on the page? Element not found exception, no such element exception, element not available exception, stale element reference exception. This one is little, I would say I should everyone should know about it, but people they get confused between two exceptions.
Yes.
So for question number 10, just write 10 dot answer. Somebody is saying 10 dot D stale element reference exception. Okay, just try that. If element is not found on the page.
I mean, just give me a few seconds. I will be back.
Okay, sure. I'll take it further. So exception will be thrown in case element is not found on the page. It will give you no such element exception. Okay. When you create a web element with driver dot find element, if element is not available on the page, your locator and everything is syntax wise it's correct, but still Selenium is not able to find that element on the page. It will give you no such element exception. There is no exception like element not found exception in Selenium library. That's what people they get confused between A and B, element not found or no such element exception. Okay, so there is no exception like element not found exception in Java library. Sorry, in Selenium library. So the answer is no such element exception. Element not available exception is just a wrong exception name. So as such, we don't have any exception like this. A stale element reference exception will be thrown. Element is present on the page, but it got expired or it got staled because of the DOM got refreshed or page got refreshed. So in that case, it will give you stale element, but it's nothing related to if element is not found on the page. So it will always give you no such element exception. So answer is B for question number 10. Okay.
One question,
So
Naveen.
yeah.
Let's ask one more question. What is the parent exception of no such element exception?
Mhm.
You need to type.
Can you repeat the question once again, Mukesh?
What is the parent exception or the parent class of no such element exception? Because every exception is a class in Java. So, what is the parent class of no such element exception? Naveen, in the meanwhile, one question from Jazz. Are questions on paid test similar to these? I mean, the difficulty.
Yeah, just similar to this, but here we have taken very simple so that we can do more interactive with you guys. So more interaction with you guys. But when you see the quiz, we have some really good questions on locators and some XPath and
Yes.
Jenkins, Maven, Git, and everything. So go and try
Yes.
that. It's having all the levels of difficulties, easy, medium, and difficult, and complex also.
Yeah. And here we have only used a single correct option, but in quiz you will see most of the answers are multi options. So that will give you more clarity.
Okay, so Rohit saying throwable. Throwable is again is like at this very
Parent, a
super level.
parent, a parent.
Parent of grandparent you have reached. So just maybe the direct, yeah, exception
Yes.
also you can say that. Runtime exception also you can say that.
Yeah. Just immediate parent to be more precise.
Mhm. Mukesh, you want to quickly
Yes.
clarify
Here,
because we have only few minutes
so
left.
we have, yes, yes, no such element exception, then not found, then runtime exceptions, then throwable, then object. So this is how
Then
it will traverse.
yes. Okay, so let's go to the next one. Okay, read this code carefully. This is simple class, one main method. We are okay initializing the Chrome driver with the driver is equal to new Chrome driver, Chrome launching this demo.com, creating one element.send keys. Then we are refreshing the page and then again entering the same some new value on the same element. And these are the options. Let me just slightly do like this. Okay.
For this one, you guys can take time because you might have to read the code and then
Yeah.
answer.
So if you want, I can read the code once again for you. Driver equal to new Chrome driver. It means we are launching Chrome browser. We are launching this demo.com application. There is no problem with the URL. And then we are creating one web element. Assume that, okay, ID is already available. And then we are sending a value like element.sendkeys at the rate gmail.com. Then we are refreshing the page. And then again, we are trying to enter Naveen at the rate gmail.com on the same text field. So what exactly this code will work fine or will not work fine? What will happen?
And Naveen, in the meanwhile, you can paste this link in the comment. This is for those who want to see the exception hierarchy. There's one question. Can you repeat? So I thought, let me share this. You
Okay,
can
let me
highlight.
just. Okay, sure, I'll do that. Okay, done. Okay, so quickly, so I'll give all the options. Like yes, this will enter the first value and then the second value. So answer will be A. Let's see. Yes, this will enter the value two times in the text field, but in the same line. Let's see. First, it will enter test at the rate gmail.com. It will refresh the page, and again after test at the rate gmail.com, it will enter Naveen at the rate gmail.com. No, it will throw the stale element reference exception. Yes, it will enter only Naveen at the rate gmail.com because after refreshing the page, this value test at the rate gmail.com is reset. Text box is blank once again, and then it will enter Naveen at the rate gmail.com. So, what will be the right answer for that? That answer is already given actually in the last question. when
Yeah,
we are
Manisha actually got you.
okay, so guys, the answer is C. It will throw stale element reference exception. Why? Because once you refresh the page, right, the page means the HTML DOM got refreshed, and the entire DOM will be loaded once again.
Yeah.
And then by the time this element actually that you have created, when you launch the DOM first time after entering the URL, this DOM got deprecated, or I would say stale or rotten. That's why this element also is actually
Yeah.
created from DOM number one. Now we have new DOM, so this element will not work on the new DOM. So in order
Correct.
to work, you have to create this element once again after refreshing the page. So that's why never refresh in between. If you are refreshing it, you have to create the web element once again and then perform the action on it. So that's why it will throw a stale element reference exception. This is a
Correct.
major problem that we get sometimes with the page factory pattern also when we use a lot of @find by. Similar kind of problem we see there as well.
Yeah. And this is a very frequent last question in interviews as well. Plus, there's one more condition when you will get this tail element reference exception. The moment you use web element click, and if because of click, if the page reload is happening, or maybe the new page is getting loaded, and if you're using the older references, then you will again get the tail element reference exception. So whenever you see dot click and see the documentation, they have mentioned clearly it might throw tail element reference exception if the click performs a reload of the page.
And one more thing, if you're doing a lot of back and forward simulation on the browser,
Correct.
click on link and again come back and try to click on the same element, then again it will throw the stale element reference exception. So whenever you actually performing any click, refresh, or back and forward, page is getting loaded once again, just try to create the web element. That's why the buy locator strategy is one of the best strategy that we always use as compared to the page factory.
Correct.
Okay, so I think we have only 5 minutes left. Well, let's quickly move to the next one. In which case of closing the browser, session ID will be null. Driver.close, driver.get, sorry, there's just typo, it's not quite, it's quit, and driver.exit. In which case, the Selenium server session ID will be null. I think this is the last question.
Yes. And I will be asking one more question related to this after this.
Okay, quickly, anyone wants to quickly just try that? Think about it. So Selenium session ID will be created when you write driver equal to new Chrome driver. One session ID will be generated. With this session ID, your client script that you're writing in Java, Python, or whatever, it will interact with the server until you are using your until you're closing the browser. Once you close the browser, your session ID will be null. So this is the question. So in which method the session ID will be null? After which method? Okay, driver.close, get, quit, or exit. Someone is saying exit. We don't have any method exit, driver.exit.
Yeah.
So D is a totally wrong answer. Driver.get is used to launch the URL. So B is also gone. Now just think about between close and quit. Yashoda, there is no exit method. Mukesh, you want to clarify this?
Yes. So it's a quit.
Yep. Yes. So answer is driver.quit. So guys, whenever we use driver.quit, you try to check the driver session ID. You will always get the session ID will be null now. But in case of close, the session ID will be maintained, but that will be the invalid session ID or expired session ID. So this is
Yes.
a very famous actually interview question. We cover
Yes.
these thing this thing in the training also, that session ID will be null. The driver.quit will make your session ID null, and then Selenium will throw the WebDriver exception that are you using driver after calling quit with the question mark. So
Yes.
it will throw the exception with the message here.
Yeah.
So that's what
So
we do. That yeah, yeah.
please go ahead, Naveen. Yeah.
Yeah, so what we do in the test ng, we write before method, test, and then after method. So when that's why we write after method, we write driver.quit and again going to the before method and initialize the browser once again so that the new session ID will be created and the second test will be executed on the with the new session ID. So this is the reason we always write driver.quit in the after method.
Yeah. So guys, there's one more, like, uh, if you try to visualize this, suppose you have four tabs opened. Okay. So when you say driver dot close, it means you are closing a tab, but your session ID is active, right? So that you can transport or switch to different tabs. because your session ID is still active. But if you have 5 tabs and you use driver.quit, so you will assign the null to the session ID. It means you will not be able to interact with the remaining tabs. Basically, quit will close all the associated window. So if you think from that perspective, when you have 10 tabs, you want to make one session ID constant, but the context will keep on changing, but the session ID will be same. So that's the reason we have a close and quit, that if you just have one session, that's fine. But the moment you have multiple tabs or windows, then you have to decide when to use quit and when to use close.
Good. That's a very good answer, Mukesh. So that's the final thing. Let me just click on save and next, and then it's done. So see, guys, you have to keep clicking on save and next whenever you attempt the quiz. Also, once everything is done, you can just go back and then check the things, and then you can rectify your answer if you think that okay, no, I have given the wrong answer. And once you are confident enough, see the timing also, the remaining time also, and once everything is fine, then you simply click on submit. So let's submit it, and okay, I think save and next. It did not save. Maybe let's submit it once again. Okay, so it's saying total attempted question 12 in 29 minutes, and click on continue. But it's saying you cannot submit before 30 minutes. So let's countdown end, because deliberately I made the time, remaining time is 30 minutes actually, so that in the live we can take all the questions properly. Okay,
Maybe
so
we can ask one more question before we get the answers. So suppose now you use driver.quit and now you're trying to use driver, which exception it will throw?
yeah,
Just write down the name, exception name.
I just told the exception name as well.
Let's see how, you know, clearly they're watching. Maybe they're doing multitask. Tazi says got all correct. Yes, Tazi, it's just a very basic one. If you're getting all the correct result in the quiz, then yes,
Okay, so I
means you
think
are
it
very
got
good.
submitted now. And
Yes.
yes, I got. So just forget about the rank and everything. Just see the total marks, 12 out of 12. I mean, 12 the questions, all the questions are correct. And here you will see that all the answers. And in the quiz, the real quiz that you are going to attempt it, right? That we shared with you, that you will have the explanation also for most of the questions, that what is the reason behind that and why is this answer is correct. Okay. And then you will get the complete result and your report as well from here. And if you really want to reattempt, you can reattempt. If you really want to print this, you can print this entire report also. You can just keep it with you with your answers. Whenever you're going for the interviews, you can just revise it quickly. You don't need to go to the website and go into the quiz again and again. You can just revise this PDF, you can save it, and then you are good to go with that. So I just want to ask that how was the quiz? Did you like it? I know it's very basic one, but we are just try to consider everyone. It's not like everybody is on the same page. People are having just started selenium, or having some basic knowledge about it, or maybe fresher, or maybe less experience, or maybe someone is really pro. So for those people, obviously these are very straightforward and simple questions, but we're just trying to try to cover all the people and all the categories people. Okay, so just attempt, like I'll share once again. People who just joined, go to the master quiz here. So just go to this website, academy.naveenautomationlabs.com. Go to courses, and here you will see this course. We have given the price 99. This is a minimal price for the platform fee that we have to give it. Without that, guys, we cannot make it. This is a master quiz. Once you make it, simple add to cart. Once you make the payment, the quiz you can start anytime after that. You will get 3 attempts. 80% is the passing percentage criteria. Once you cross 80%, then you will get a certification over there. Okay, so just try that, and then just check your automation skills. Okay, so Mukesh, you want to add something here?
No, I guess we did it nicely, guys. If you want more sessions like this, okay, let us know, because this gives you not only the answers but a different perspective also, like how internally these concepts are linked, right? So let us know if you need more sessions like this. We can come up with one quiz every month or maybe after every 2 weeks, and we can do that very often. Now
Correct,
we can
correct.
take few questions, Naveen, and let's see.
Yeah. Let me just stop sharing this. So, guys, now you can Okay, ask the questions. Me and Mukesh will be there to take some really interesting questions. So just feel free to write. Maybe we won't be able to take the much technical questions, but we
Yes.
will try our best. If you have any career related or what will happen with the interview preparation in the 2023 and all such things, that feel free to ask that.
Maybe Naveen, I can start because I have one question to you.
Oh yeah.
Because I
So,
got this question a lot of time on my channel, that
mm,
now there's a big comparison happening between Playwright and Cypress, right?
mm,
Because when I see in terms of features and functionality, I personally like Playwright because
mm,
of the features, language compatibilities, and backed by Microsoft, right? But
mm,
when it comes to Cypress, again, it has few limitations, few trade-offs. I know they're releasing very good releases very frequently, but still, when it comes to see the market demand is going high on the Cypress. So, what's your take on this? Should people focus in case if they are done with Selenium and everything, and they want to explore one more tool from the JavaScript side? WebDriver
mm.
IO, I will keep it last. If you want to throw some light on that, it's good. But I'm more curious on Cypress versus Playwright. I have my own opinions, but maybe I want to listen from you because you have been into industry more than 15 plus now. So,
So
what's your
both are
take
the
on this?
okay. Okay. So, Playwright versus Cypress, my personal opinion, both are really nice tools, no doubt about it. But obviously, that when you see the pros and cons, and when you really do the lot of POCs, and practically, I have used Cypress in my recent projects also, last projects also. In the last company, also, we designed one end-to-end framework with Cypress. Playwright, obviously, comparatively new in the market. So, obviously, you cannot compare that how many downloads are happening with the Playwright and how many people are using. Community is still doing a lot of POCs and then started working on it. That's why
Hmm.
the Cypress demand is slightly high as compared to Playwright. But
Right.
personally, if you ask me, the Playwright is having the major thing because of the language compatibility, the language
Yes.
binding support, just like Selenium. So if you notice that after such a long time, that there is a tool in the market which is open source backed by Microsoft, which is supporting multi-language support. If you're coming from Java, C Sharp, Python, Ruby, not Ruby, JavaScript, you can start working on it. So you don't need to work with the you don't need to learn JavaScript to work with the
Correct.
Cypress. Problem with the Cypress is that running in the browser, so and it's using an internal chatty protocol, that is your CDP protocol, which is again, I would say I should not use this, but if you know in and out about how exactly browser automation work, just like in Selenium, that is not W3C compliance. Although Playwright is also not W3C compliant, but again it's backed by Microsoft. So that is the first reason, the language binding support. And Playwright is actually solving those problems which could not be solved by Selenium and the Cypress. So
Correct.
actually, the team is really great. Maybe they have just whatever the pinpoints were there, exact point problems were there in the, especially with the Cypress, like session problems and then parallel execution with respect to because you have to do the dashboard thing in Cypress, that you have to take it.
Yes.
So
Cypress
Playwright
orchestrator.
is actually, yes.
Yeah.
So Cypress orchestrator and all such things. Although Playwright is also working in that direction, but again, if you talk about the frame handling, shadow DOM, auto piercing of the shadow DOM, so
Yes.
I think these problems are very easily solved by Playwright. So those
Correct.
things actually missing in Cypress. Multi-frame, iframe, cross-origin policies, and all such things are not very much, straightforward in Cypress. XPath and locator is like amazingly great in Playwright. There are like
Playwright.
would say 30 types of locator. I would say that you can just so many combination for React and for Angular, for everything. They have given the specialized locator. In fact, there is a web table within one command with the scope in the XPath or CSS. You can just fetch all the information from the web table and then you can validate that with one single command. So
Correct.
these are the small things making Playwright is very unique tool as compared to Cypress. And again, yes, so yeah, so and the Playwright is having the API support also. So this is also really good. Component testing also we can do that. API testing also we can do that. And the community support is not that great. Obviously, it's a new tool, but I think the release cycle is really nice. And the development community is also very strong because they actually
Correct.
hired people from Google, from the Puppeteer
Google.
team, and then they actually use in Microsoft. So that is the thing. So that's what I would say, more inclined towards Playwright. That's my personal opinion about that.
Okay. Yeah. So guys, again, if you try to use any JavaScript tool, you will find a lot of similarity. But if you're looking for a job change, let's say if you're into that, let's say US, UK specific region, and their demand is more on the Cypress, okay, not on the Playwright. So sometimes you have to go as per the market flow. As Naveen said, and even I personally feel, Playwright having more features, more good enhancement which is expected in future. But sometimes you have to go as per the flow, as per the market. If market demands Cypress, go with Cypress. Otherwise, go with Playwright in terms of features. So don't stick to a particular tech. Like don't get too attached to the tech. Sometimes I have known few people in the past. They were so fond of QTP, they were not allowing themselves to move. And you know how QTP has been in the market now from last 10 years. So you go with the market flow, nothing wrong in that. But ultimately, they both are doing web automation. That's all.
Correct. So, but again, the problem with the Cypress is that for every single thing there's a plugin, third party plugin is available. So tomorrow if
Yes.
party plugin is gone, that because that
Yes.
native feature is not there, right? Just like in
Perfect.
Selenium and Playwright. Have you ever heard about that Selenium and Playwright we have to use any third party plugin?
No, no. Yeah.
That is not supported. Maybe third party
And
library
that
you
too,
can use.
plugin also, they have community based plugins and
Yeah.
official plugins. So official
Yes.
plugins somehow we can rely, but again, community driven. Let's say you created a plugin, I created a plugin. Now I
Yeah,
don't want to
yeah.
maintain
I
it.
can say that I don't want to work. I just
Yes.
Bhagwan Barose hai ye plugin. So then it's gone. The entire feature is gone. So I think that
Correct.
is a major problem. So
Yes.
that's the thing. And another thing is that obviously about the the language support, that plays a major role. Most of the
Yeah.
people are not comfortable with the JavaScript. So guys, one suggestion I would say that whenever we are practicing with the Cypress, right, we write cy.get and locator and then few things that we write. But in real time, you have to create the utilities, you have to create the framework, the script, and the test cases you have to automate and everything. So you have to write thousand lines of code there. So if you're poor in JavaScript, if you're not comfortable with the JavaScript or TypeScript, or you are not getting the things, all basic manipulations, arrays, collections in JavaScript, then you cannot get mastery in Cypress. Just like why we are so good, like most of the people are good in Selenium because of Java. Because in our
Correct.
college time, in our school time also, right? In college times, second year say we had Java thing. Most of the people they were going to learn Java in some institute or something, and then the first language also in the training in the company, the first language was Java. So the community support with the Java is like crazy. 80-90% people are still using with Java. So that's what. And some people they claim that okay, no, JavaScript is more synchronized, Java is not. I think maybe their concepts are not much clear. Java is like very much compatible. It's the one of the best language for the test automation.
Yeah. Very good point. I mean, see, everybody uses YouTube and they follow a lot of people. So you need to understand the background also. If you ask the same question to a developer, right? Java, JavaScript, definitely he will say developer, JavaScript. If you ask a DevOps engineer, Python versus JavaScript, he will say Python. So you need to understand the context. You need to understand the background. If you ask any data science engineer, they will say again Python, right? But if you ask for the automation guy who have good expertise, they will recommend Java with Selenium. Why? Because this is how it is contributed in the market. So whenever you get this kind of questions, generally check in where you want to apply, right? You can't use one programming in everywhere. Let's say if you ask me which programming you have to use, language you have to use for performance, I will say Golang. So context you have to see and then take a call.
Okay, I think we can take some questions from the audience, Mukesh. So you would like
Yes.
to go with this? How to clear basic Java concepts and OOPS concept? Please let me know. Quick and short answer, Mukesh.
Okay. So test QF, first of all, please join with your real name in the next chat so that we can address you with your name. See, whenever you start any programming language, okay, do not directly start with the OOPS concept. Every programming language which I have learned in the past, I have followed the basic rules. First of all, understand the language architecture because there's based on that you can decide. Then start with the data types. Do not directly jump into those concepts. First, understand the data types. Then understand how to write basic loops, basic conditional statements. Then go with array. Right. Once you understand these basic things, then it comes to the OOPS concept. If you directly start with object class in first class, trust me, you will never come back to the same program again because you will get that scarcity that this is so complex. But until you don't understand what is basic data type, you cannot create your own data type. Once you understand this, then you start with oops concept and then exception and then collection. So this is
Absolutely.
what process I follow. When it comes to basic Java concepts, again, these concepts are standard. Naveen on me worked on more than 5+ programming languages. Exactly same strategies I follow. It worked for me, and I don't think it will not work for you. So this is my take on this. Maybe Naveen, you can add more points.
Yeah, absolutely agree. Test QA, especially with the OOPS concept, right? Once your Java concepts are clear, try to learn OOPS concept that where exactly you are going to use in real-time projects, in
Yes.
real-time framework development. What is the use of inheritance? What is the use of, like in which case I have to use overloading or overriding, right? With
Yeah.
respect to polymorphism. What is the use case for the abstract class or the interface in my framework? What is the use case of encapsulation? When to use, how to use different access modifiers and everything. So it's not like I have seen people, they are just randomly extending some random class. So you have to follow is a relationship, has a relationship. Every car, every BMW is a car. BMW is not a truck, right? So you have to think about same thing in the framework also. What we do, we
Correct.
just do the basic definition in the book that yeah, this is A class, B class, car class, BMW class. But in the real time, we have to think about that every test class should be have a base test class, not the page class is having extending the from the test classes. So these small things, just try to understand in that way. I think then you are absolutely good to go.
Yeah.
Okay, we can take the next one. Okay, playwright, we have already taken that. One second. So someone is asking if I want to transform myself from QE to SDET, what should be approach? Is there any career or skill path? Mukesh, once again, short and crisp answer.
Yeah. So see, so first of all, the roadmap depends on the current experience you have. Okay, and I also have a dedicated video. Naveen also have a dedicated video. What should be the roadmap? So basically, let's say if you want to just get started, then you have to start again with a programming language. Again, depends on which region you are. If you are into India, I would suggest go with Selenium Java. So first start with Java, then pick Selenium, which is for web automation. Then take one unit test framework, JUnit versus TestNG. I would say TestNG. Take one build tool, Maven versus Gradle. I will go with Maven. Take one CI tool. I will recommend Jenkins. Then use one container technology. I would recommend Docker for containerization, and build a framework on it. So this is a standard thing that you have to follow. And once you're done with this, it's a completely web automation using TDD approach. Then go with one BDD framework. Again, Cucumber, JBehave. I will go with Cucumber. Then go with one API testing. Rest assured, Postman deadly combination. Then go with mobile automation in case. So I'm giving a roadmap for the next 3-4 years. Don't think that I'm putting so much tools that you have to finish in 1 month or 2 months. No, it takes time, and it should take time. Okay, don't try to complete everything in 2-3 months. If you go through a training, definitely you will learn in 2-3 months. Like Naveen and I both take trainings and we finish everything in 2 months. But in order to get expertise, you have to spend some more time. So this should be a roadmap. But
Yeah.
after this, you can take a call again.
Yes. Thank you. So I think let's take the next one. Oh, Abhirup, thank you so much for the coffee. Full stack technology in demand in 2024 or 23? Abhirup. So 24 is
बहुत ज्यादा
still like
फ्यूचरिस्टिक सोच रहा है अभिरूप.
okay.
इतना
So
आगे
full
क्यों मत
stack
सोचो अभिरूप. 2023 होगा मे बी.
because what I see every month there is a new surprise now. So fine. Demand in 2023 for SDET role. So I'll take that full stack technology. First of all, that see again, don't be try to get master into each and everything. There is no such thing like full stack development or full stack testing, especially with the test automation, because otherwise, if you are trying to learn, hundreds of things, you won't be getting the expertise in one of the things. So that's what like just pick a specific tool, okay, from the specific domain. For example, if you really want to do UI automation and see that this is a market demand and this is really very popular in the market, the community support and the job market is also very hot. So let's go with, as Mukesh suggested, let's see with the Selenium with Java, or maybe Selenium with Python or something like this. And then extra tool also I really want to add, let's see Cypress or Playwright. I'll just add it over there. And then the API automation, you try to learn with at least one or two tools. One for functional testing, let's see, very straightforward with the Postman, and the rest assured. As Mukesh said, deadly combination, no doubt. And then for APM, for mobile automation point of view, because if you learn Selenium, then it will be so easy for you to learn mobile automation. And then if you're already aware of these things, then I think you should start focusing on the performance engineering, performance testing, security testing also. It's very much in the demand these days. Try to think about where exactly the AI ML things that we can use. Do some research about it. Blockchain testing also these days, big data testing also these days are very happening in the market. Accessibility testing, because 38% of the market is still used by the accessibility testing point of view. Then in that case, I think you can concentrate on the out of the box testing as well. Try to learn about more and more things about DevOps and the performance engineering, because DevOps with test automation again is a very deadly combination for your future, just to get the really good package and everything. You understand the cloud, you understand CI/CD pipeline, you understand the cloud architecture, and then running the test cases, and then talking about the performance blockages in your application on the server, on the cloud. So it will be super easy for you to investigate the problem for the QA point of view in terms of security, in terms of performance and everything. So I think if you are already learn about Selenium, such things, I think now you have to raise the bar high to the next level. That is, I think security is very popular. Learn about cross-site scripting, how to avoid DDoS and SQL injections and everything. What are the different tools that we can use? Can we use some frameworks regarding that? There are so many things are going on with the DevOps side also. Then you can just add it in your portfolio and then just go to I think good to go with that.
Yeah.
Okay, so we can take the next one. Ravi is quite technical, like parallel mode in TestNG, while the SI mismatch and also flaky. Maybe you can watch one video about that with the thread local concept, and then I think it's clear, because it will be difficult for us to explain this
Yes.
thing here. Okay, so next, go to the next one. Maybe one question similar to this, we can take it. Sharat is saying, actually, I have 4 years experience in pharma, left job and learn automation. Now, please tell me the plan how to enter software. So I think this is the question, Mukesh, that some people they ask me in the training also,
Yeah.
that coming from different background, trying to learn
Yep.
automation, they learn it also. They are really doing great in the training. But now,
Yep.
what is the next step? How to get into the IT and the software testing?
Yeah. So, Sarath, again, if you talk about outside India, there's no rule that you should do your BTech and be your computer science, and then you should have some experience. Even if you have 10 plus, 15 plus outside India, and they will happily, if you know few things or few topics, you can still get into the job easily. But in India, especially, sometimes they have in their job description, you should be having this degree, then you should have prior experience into this, then only you are allowed. So, but there are few companies, those who do not have this kind of prerequisite. They're okay with your degree, they're okay with your prior works experience, okay. But if you are good with a specific tech that they have mentioned in their JD, they accept it. So first of all, instead of applying everywhere, instead of getting rejected mails or something, it sometimes gives kind of stress and demotivation. So first try to find out companies who does not have this kind of bar and then apply. Sure, you will get so many companies. Plus nowadays after COVID, a lot of companies are doing the remote hiring. They do not have any constraint, okay. Make sure you just know the topics, you are good in that, what you have learned and what the JD mentions, and you're good to go. But yes, few companies have this kind of filters, and we can't do anything. I will not give you any wrong direction that do the backdoor entry, or I don't generally don't recommend, because again that can create a trouble in the future. So go in a standard way, be vocal about it, as Naveen always say, explain your situation, and trust me, if I'm hiring somebody, if somebody having 10 plus experience in automation and don't know anything, if somebody is coming from pharma and he's very good in automation, I will go with the pharma guy. Same, I
Exactly.
guess Naveen also does. So we discuss a lot of times when we used to hire candidates for our companies. We used to always prefer the candidate, not their resume or the prior experience.
Exactly. That's absolutely correct. And you won't see that, you won't believe, Mukesh, that there are such a good talent. The only thing
Yes,
is they are not coming from BTech background, or they don't
yes,
have any experience, but the knowledge, the kind of things that they are using. I have personally seen those people coming from very small college, could not get
yes,
the placement, and they are really great. The only thing is maybe the communication problem. But what will you do with that level of communication? You don't need to interact with the client. You just need to interact with me in Hindi also. That is fine. So I think then in that case, absolutely great. But with that,
yeah,
the productivity is so high. Instead of
yes,
don't get demoralized. People like demoralize that, guys, if you're coming from different background, pharma or any banking or anything. If you learn automation, just try to implement that, and then do practice at this level that you can justify your knowledge at a time of interview.
Correct. And one more thing,
Okay.
Sharad. Recently, I published one journey of Subhankar Das, who was actually into customer support, BPO, KPO. Then he was into manual testing automation. So maybe if you watch that video, it will give you clear idea that that guy graduated in 2010, and within 12 years he did like from 2 lakhs to 25 lakhs. He did so many transitions. So maybe
Hmm.
that journey will give you some experience. So check out that video once. It is on my channel. So
Yep.
that will give you some more clarity. Yeah. I mean, please go ahead.
Okay, the next one, Sanjeev Sarkar is asking how much DSA skill is needed for an SDET, how to prepare for the same. Mukesh, shall I take it?
Okay. Yeah, please, please. I will add my points later on.
Okay, so DSA see is required, guys. Don't say that now. I think sometimes we say that what is the need of DSA unnecessary. We are not writing any array list or hash map or these kind of array based questions. No, see, don't take it otherwise. But in SDET also, when you have to design the framework, you have to create the utilities. Let's say you're really writing a search algorithm or any sorting algorithm, or you really want to, let's say, fetch some data, pricing data, and then you have to sort it. And there are thousands of data, millions of data that you have fetched, let's say coming from the API, and then you really want to sort it. I'm just giving you a basic example. So don't you think that you should know about the sorting algorithm and the best sorting algorithm, which will give you, let's say, O of log n or O of n or n log n time complexity. So that is what the DSA is required. That's what, if you go to the some really good product based companies, they are asking about the basics of DSA algo, that you understand the logic or not, you understand the optimization of the code techniques or not, you understand the it's not like very simple plain script that you are writing. Can you develop the logic? Can you achieve that thing? If you're writing a for loop also, or inner loops also, if you're writing that, how smartly you can write it. The same code, can you optimize from O n square to O of log n, or maybe O of n? Do you understand the recursive thing instead of writing the repetitive code again and again? So that's what the DSA skills are required. But how much required? I'm not saying that level of SDE profile or development profile, but at least the basic knowledge about it. Recently, I published the video that everyone should know about what is time complexity. What do you mean by space complexity? What do you mean by different array-based, string-based questions are there? Think about it. Solve those questions. I'm not saying you have to be really be on the top list of Code Chef or Hacker Rank. No, I'm not saying in that way. Maybe it's a different story altogether. If you really want to crack Google, Microsoft, or Fang or Mang, that's fancy thing. But you see that what is
Yes.
happening with the Fang and Mang in the market these days. So try a good company where people are really working on some good automation projects where some basic skills of DSA required. Just prepare for that. And I'm pretty much sure that you will get that next level of confidence after you improve your DSA skills. You will get the confidence to crack some really good product companies, and then you can see the difference in terms of package also later on.
Yeah, correct.
Okay,
As Naveen
so
mentioned, not every company is expecting DSA. Okay, few companies they don't even ask a single question. But yes, if you're targeting very good companies, you have to first finalize what should be your goal. Okay, if you're just planning from manual to automation, and you want to take a small switch, okay, and you're not targeting very big companies, then they might not ask. But yes, if they ask you few questions related to arrays, string manipulation, time complexity, space complexity, you should not be blank. And it can go parallel. Okay, take one question every day from DSA, start from the low, medium, then high, then practice parallel. Nobody is stopping you. That tons of solutions available now. Chat GPT is also available. You type a single question on Chat GPT, you'll get the answer. But that is not help you. That will just give you one more solution. But parallel you have to work. Like if you want to stay long in a game, if you have a target for next 3 to 5 years, you want to reach Amazon or maybe all the big companies, start practicing parallel.
yeah, so if you talk about Mukesh that you actually hinted about the Chat GPT also, I would like to add one point, guys. I've seen many people they started using Chat GPT. They're very new in automation. You simple type a code or simple ask the question, it will give you some very similar kind of code of page object model or a specific logic. You just copy paste in your editor and start using it. But what is your learning? So don't get addicted to these kind of AI based tools. It is actually blocking your learning, guys, frankly speaking. because this is a very dangerous thing. Maybe we have seen that era, that or that time, that me, Mukesh, and people like Dheeraj and all these people are there, that we have seen that we actually practically did it. That time, our time, YouTube also not there. We actually learned from the documentation, or maybe it's here and there from our seniors, and okay, from the real time projects that we implemented, then we learn. Now we have resources, everything is available. Then now top of that, now this chat GPT is also coming. You write anything and you are getting a copy and pasting, and that's it. So you are, don't be a copy paste follower, otherwise it will be a big problem. You are so habitual with this thing that you won't actually, you will be losing your analytical skills and the coding skills also in very soon. If you
Yeah.
stuck really somewhere, maybe then you can try, or maybe some really good notes that you want to write, you can refer that, but don't try with the straightforward code that you are getting and then using it. Otherwise you won't be able to remember the class names, method names. You won't be able to think about logically that how to implement that logic. Otherwise that will be, I think, I'm pretty much sure that, okay, it will be a very dangerous thing. That's why, like, I never prefer for the coding point of view the chat
Yeah.
GPT so far.
Correct. You can use for productivity purpose, like you want to be little productive, you want to do quick things, but for that you should know, right? But as Naveen said, while attending interviews, it will give you lot of surprises that if you are following ChatGPT only or maybe only few other resources, try to learn in depth.
Correct. Okay, so Mukesh, I would like to ask one more thing that is the main agenda for today's call as well. That how to prepare in 2023. You see that I would not say the recession exactly, but maybe a lot of companies, you see a lot of negativity on LinkedIn everywhere, that people are, companies are firing 80,000 people or 17,000 people or
Hmm.
12,000 from Google. New things also there. Every day that you are getting a new thing, that this company fired this one, and QA also included in that case. So recession will be there. You never know, that company is never
Yes.
yours. Okay, you cannot be loyal to the company nowadays. So what is your suggestion, that how to don't get demoralized, how to be motivated,
Yeah.
and how to prepare in that situation?
Yeah. So, guys, it clearly visible. Okay, we can see the data that's happening from last 3 months, and it will continue. Whatever I'm reading and going through a lot of news and money control, it is predicted it will be there for till April 2024. Just a beginning. Uh, you will see some worst movements again. I'm not saying it should happen or I will. I wish it should not happen, but be ready for that. It is predicted that might come, and it will continue till April 2024. So be ready with that, first of all. Secondly, work on a saving. Okay, have an emergency fund for 6 months to 12 months on the safer side. That is what you can do. Now, coming back to the learning side, you can't change your domain overnight. Okay, recession is happening, let's say, so you will change your domain from automation to DevOps, maybe DevOps to data science. No, that's not how it works. It will take some time to transit from one domain to stick to the same domain if you're comfortable, and try to accelerate in that. And you must have seen that these mass layoff is happening for specific to few companies because they have some other big plans. They have complete business plans, or maybe they have few products coming soon, or they want to discontinue few products, so they are releasing that particular team. It's not because of their skill set. Recently, Naveen, I was checking LinkedIn and I got to know one person joined. I don't want to take the company name. Second day, they got a layoff mail. So it's not because the skill it is happening. It's because of the company's model is changing or few internal things. So it's not about the skill part. So you can't control over that. You have to work on your skill set and continue. First thing that you should do, that you should not overthink about it. Do not oversee all the news. It's happening. Okay. If you're not in that race, it's okay. But in worst case it happens, be ready for it and continue with the learnings.
Exactly.
And it's
So
not a new thing, Naveen, right? It happens every year.
I have
And
seen three recessions in my career, and
exactly,
then
yeah.
like I've seen the worst time also in 2008-9. Also, I've seen that. That is the
Yes,
starting
yes.
of my career. That time also we have seen. So I would say that fine. See, in IT job, in these things, you
It's
never
a
know that,
private job,
okay,
so correct.
yeah, it may happen anytime. It's not a secured or government job. So, but just be ready
Yes,
for that. Make sure that, okay, I don't want to give the things on the of your fundings and financials. Obviously, you guys are controlling it, but I would say the upscale is very important, especially for those
yes,
people who are actually very lazy in terms of learning, not focused,
yes.
not getting motivation, not motivated, or not spending time and putting the efforts on your learning, then I think that could be a problem for those people. Let's say
Yes, yes,
tomorrow, if I'm working somewhere, if I'm very well versed with my skill set and everything, if I get fired also, maybe I won't, definitely I'll be pissed off, I'll be tensed, but not that much. I know I have that confidence. I know my skill set. I know that okay, with 15, 20 days, maybe next 1 month, I'll prepare myself accordingly. I'll start giving the interviews, and then definitely I'll
yes,
get a new offer as well. But think
correct.
about those people who are actually not at all ready at all, and then
Yes,
they are just like suddenly they got a news in the morning that okay, now something happened with your, okay, with your termination of your job or something. Then in that case, I think it will be a nightmare. Then you are totally lost, you will be demotivated. The panic you will get, that no, I don't know anything. I was
yes,
working for the last 10 years or 5 years in the same company, but I don't know, for example, SE test automation and all such things. So then you will start learning. So learning also takes time. It's a process, right? That it will take 3, 4 months or 5 months or sometimes 6 months also. It takes, maybe you are not getting the right things. Maybe you're not getting the right trainer, right support, right direction. You are totally directionless. And top of that, the financial pressure and other things as well. So let's not get into that situation unnecessary. Better you just side by side, whenever you get time, just start learning, start exploring about it. This is the way IT works actually. Not only
yeah.
for testing, I think it works everywhere in the IT.
I don't think only QA is getting affected, complete market is getting affected. So if you're planning that I should move to dev, there's a less firing, no. Complete market is getting affected and be ready with that. As Naveen said, it's not happening that this year, it's coming into the news because it's happening in mass. Okay, it started with one company, you all know the company name. Then this trigger started, and now every company is planning to restructure and they are thinking how we can do that. Plus, it's a market effect as well. And because of that, now that same thing coming to India and other countries. So be ready with that, but work on a skill set. That is the only thing we can say. Plus, let's say if you're very good in automation, you will get a lot of freelancing work as well. A lot of remote companies, they're still hiring. And work, one incident I want to share, that I got two resumes today. I still have few folks who shared that, Mukesh, if you have some good resources whom you trust, please share the profile. And I'm actually looking, but I got two resume today, and when I checked, they're still not that comfortable with the tech stack that they mentioned in the resume, and it's a very common one with selenium combination, all the tools. So it's not that it's completely free, still hirings are happening. I have few students who got the offers, and they are going to join in next 2 3 months, right? But
Correct.
it's not completely stopped, so work on the skill set and don't read too much news.
And that's what, like, I always motivate people. Like Mukesh also motivated me most of the time, that in my bedtime, and Mukesh also was getting some support from, like, we actually usually support each other, and we talk to people that we always motivate, do some self branding, write your blogs,
Yes,
at least some
yes,
extra, consulting work, you start doing it in terms of your skill set, and then you will get the confidence as well as whatever the support that you are getting, maybe start doing some consulting work, or maybe some
correct.
freelancing work that you can start doing it. There are many freelancing jobs are there, or remote jobs are there, you can start looking into it. I think a lot of people, they are doing it, and then I think it's really good to go. And if you are not getting good amount of work in test automation, you can learn about, let's say, some UI, web designing course, or web UI development course, and there are so
Yeah,
many freelancing jobs are there in that area. And then you can take a lot of small projects, and then you can just make some really good money also from these
yes,
projects.
correct. And
Okay.
Naveen
Yeah.
also mentioned a lot of times whenever I feel down or I get demoted, actually Naveen pushes me that you should continue. So you also need such friends, mentor, whatever you call. For me, it's mentor and friend and my brother now. Always keep somebody with whom you can trust, you can talk and discuss, because you need people to talk. You can't talk to Chat GPT always. So have some connection, talk to someone who actually understand where you are. Okay, it's not somebody who is always praising you that अरे भाई तुम ही और कुछ नहीं है, and not someone who will always criticize you. Have someone who can give you the real feedback. And it's okay to get stressed for 1 day 2 day, demoted 1 day 2 days or week is also fine, but continue with that. Even if some bad incident happened, maybe you got laid off, some, I recently saw one chat that offer letter got revoked. That's okay. Okay, at least they're not revoking after joining. There's a lot of incident, they revoked the complete offer even after joining. So be ready with such circumstances. And what Naveen said, start doing the freelancing part. What we did as a freelancing, now it's our full time job, Naveen, and even I started YouTube as a full time, training as a full time. So sometimes your hobbies and skill set can become a second profession for you. So start doing it.
Okay, so that's good. Maybe we can take some other questions also.
Naveen,
I'm
I
just
will
taking.
be here till next 10 minutes. I have another call
Yeah,
at
we
9, so I'll quickly
yeah, yeah.
grab the dinner and enjoy the call.
Sure, sure. I'll just take one last question because I can see
Yeah,
some same question that I think we have already covered.
sure.
So, guys, if you have any things, I think, yeah, definitely, Sanjeev, we will have some more sessions like that. Maybe next time we can have same similar kind of session Mukesh channel as well.
Yeah,
So yeah, one last thing we can take it that how to handle situation when they take you automation role and finally put you in a project where there is no scope of automation, it's purely manual.
yeah.
Mukesh, you want to take it?
Yes, yes. See, Pune, this is also very common. 80 to 90% they hire for automation, they will give you manual task or whatever the important task at this moment they will assign it to you, and then they will continue. So you have to be very, first of all, you have to be clear in the mind that you are joining that company only that you are getting very good salary and you want to continue with that. You're getting 3 4 hours every day, you're getting handsome salary, you're okay with that, it's okay. But you have to think your bigger plans or the long term. If you are someone who is very passionate that this should be my role after 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, then you have to be very serious on this. Because let's say you hired at the average salary of 50 lakhs or 40 lakhs, 30 lakhs, you're happy with the work you're doing, not much work, not much complexity, but you will see the big impact after 3 years, 5 years, because now you will not be using that skills or the expertise that you had in the past. So if it is happening for you that they hired you for automation, now you're doing manual, it's okay to wait for 3 to 6 months. Because when we hire, right, we hire from a long perspective that we are expecting a very big project in 2024. Let's start hiring so that within 1 year we will have a team of automation and we will deploy that team to that particular project. This is how the planning happens. Planning will not happen for the next month, it happens for the 6 months, 1 year, maybe for 2 years as well. So don't get panic initially. It takes time to understand the new product, new tools that you use, or the new services, or the company culture, KT sessions, right? 3 to 6 months, it's okay. After that, you need to see where exactly the team is heading or you are heading. Talk to your manager. This is my career path. I want to be in this, and this should be my, this is my expectation for next 6 months. Again, have a one more one-to-one with your manager after 1 year. This is what has been promised and this is what my area interest. If that is not happening, then maybe you can try switching within the org. Okay, this is the best thing you can do, which is called IJP, right? Internal job posting. You can
Hmm.
switch to automation team. You don't have to change the company. Culture will be same, salary will be same. Sometimes you get the increment as well when you do within the org switching. That is the best thing. Even if you're not getting that internal jobs, then you have to take a big call that you want to continue in this or you want to stick to the old uh, plan that you had. Okay, then plan accordingly.
Great. So that's a really good suggestion, Mukesh. So exactly, share the same thoughts that you shared with us. So guys, that's all for today. So once again, for the newcomers, I have shared the uh, our quiz URL with you. You just try that quiz once again, and if you have not subscribed to that, please subscribe to the quiz. It will give you a lot of good knowledge and good concept about automation, and then you will, I'm pretty much sure you will get the confidence. And if you crack it, 80% is the criteria to get the certification. Please
Yes.
feel free to contact me and Mukesh later on. We would definitely try to talk, would willing to talk to you. And last announcement that, as we discussed Mukesh earlier, that we are going to release our book also on test automation with selenium, and we are still working on it. It will take another 3 4 months of time, but that's a good thing. That is a hard copy that I think we will see that how can we publish and everything. We are still in the talking terms with other publishers as well.
Yeah.
Once the book is ready, we will definitely try to announce it, and then it will be, we want that, okay, that book should be there, and we are trying a lot of good things and a lot of efforts where we are putting. We are checking each and every concept, that is it really correct or not. Can we give some better examples, some real time examples? And then once the book is finalized, then we will publish it in the market.
Yeah. So yeah, same guys. So there are a couple of questions that we could not take because a lot of questions are coming. But yes, we can take all the questions. Will come soon again on Naveen channel, and soon I will be coming live with Naveen as well on my channel. So you can just watch, note down all the questions. We'll discuss in detail. And one more question I want to take from Abhinav. Is it okay, Naveen?
Yeah, go ahead.
So
That's fine.
Abhinav, yes, can you tell me about Chai and Mocha framework for AP testing? So Abhinav, see, basically you need to understand Chai is your assertion library, Mocha is your test framework, unit test framework. So now whether you do again UI, API, mobile, these frameworks are the standards. So Chai library is only for assertion. It has should, expect, and assert. Even if you don't use Chai library, still Mocha framework have their own assert, right? So Chaya give will give more way to put more assertion in a more different manners. So this is again a deadly combination, frankly speaking, Mocha with Chai. But there are so many dedicated uh, unit test framework available for JavaScript as well, Mocha, Jasmine, other. But Mocha Chai is the best combination. Don't get confused. You can still continue with Mocha without using assert, but if you use assert with Mocha, it will give you more liberty.
Exactly. So, I think Mukesh is really pro in, I think, in everything. So I
अरे
think the
नहीं
Mukesh
सर.
answer. So
रिसेंटली
I
मैंने
really
एक जावास्क्रिप्ट का बैच खत्म किया तो थोड़ा उसमें से याद है.
no, that's really good, Mukesh. That we really admire your knowledge and the kind of support that you are giving all of us. In fact, I learned many things from you. Whenever we discuss about automation, then I think every time I get a new thing. So, guys, feel free to connect with us on
Thank you so
social
much,
media,
Naveen bhai.
especially on our professional network, that is LinkedIn. So
Yeah,
I'm going to share my profile and Mukesh profile also. Just connect with us. If you have anything, that you can just tag us, you can ask the questions, you can connect via
yeah.
LinkedIn. We prefer LinkedIn, instead of a direct message. So I think you can just connect with us, and then feel free to discuss, and then try to attend the questions, and then we will definitely connect once again through this live channel. Okay, so
Uh,
with this note, thank you so much, Mukesh,
yeah,
for
thank you so
coming.
much, Naveen. It was really needed, I guess, for a lot of folks. I hope it helped. So thank you so much, guys, for joining, and we'll connect soon. Thank you so much, Naveen.
Okay, thank you. Thanks. Bye bye. Take care.
Thank you, everyone. Bye bye.